afternoon, people. So my little weekly blog, or whatever you want to call it. Just things in my mind, just trying to get them out. And I think today I want to talk about a bit of Greek mythology, and there's the myths of a guy called Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a tyrant that ruled in Greek mythology, and basically what he was a ruler of a kingdom, and he was a bit of a tyrant, and he would invite people in to see his kingdom and dignitaries and stuff like that, and when they would come, he would often execute them to death. And it was his want of power stuff that angered the gods, and Zeus sentenced him to an eternal life of rolling the biggest boulder that he could find. There was a mount, I can't remember, it escapes me what the mountain was. He made Sisyphus roll this boulder up the mountain for eternity, and every time he got to the top, it would roll back down again, all the way top, all the way back down again. So he was kind of sentenced to a life of constantly trying and losing and trying and losing and trying. Now, there's been different kind of interpretations about what that myth can kind of mean. Some say it's about, the eternal cycles of life. Sun setting in the east, rising in the east, setting in the west. The waves coming backwards and forwards, and it's the constant cycles of going on in life. Other scholars have kind of interpreted it as the kind of vain search of a man or a woman's search for eternal knowledge and greatness, and it's all about constantly beating yourself up, pushing that boulder up the hill, up the hill, up the hill. You get all the way to the top and it's back down again, and it's about the internal cycles and internal troubles that we have as kind of people. Now, I think the kind of meaning behind this is to understand as you grow as people that it's not a hill, it's not a hill at all. We are pushing boulders. Some people are kicking pebbles and seem to have it all sorted, but we're all pushing boulders, but it's not uphill. It's flat, it's flat, and we're going to hit potholes. Some are going to be fucking big potholes, some are going to be a lot smaller, but it's the importance of just letting things be and not struggling, keep trying to find what our purpose is, because I don't think it's supposed to really find that, we've all got resources around us, good people that we can talk to, and good people that can be there to support us along the way. And I think it's about the realisation of not putting too much fucking pressure on ourselves, and it's about using what we've got, because it can almost get unbearable at times, can't it? Now there was a Swiss scholar who his interpretation of that Greek mythology myth was that people should interpret that as Sisyphus being happy. Yeah, so we're looking at it thinking, fuck, he's got this big struggle there, up, down, and up, down. So we should try and interpret that as that's what life is. And even, who's that guy that does the ice baths? I can't remember his name now, but he does a lot of the breath works. He takes a lot of his work from that myth, and that Sisyphus is really the sounds of us breathing. In and out, in and out. And a lot of his breath work is based around that theory that when people have a meaning for something or motivation, it's about working out the difference between meaning and motivation. And when people have a motivation to do something because they think they're going to get something out of it, they tend to stress themselves out a little bit more, work that little bit harder. But really, when you understand the meaning of it, and that it's all relevant, and it needs to be, and it needs to happen, you need to breathe to survive, and you need to relax yourself, it kind of becomes a little bit easier. So that's my thoughts today. was thinking about that. As I say, I heard about that a long time ago, and as you get older, you kind of interpret it differently. But that's it. We're all on the same path. We're all on level ground. Doesn't always have to be uphill. It's just the way you interpret it. Yeah, those are my meandering thoughts on this fucking cold day today. Take care.